Are you sitting comfortably? Then I'll begin. He came towards her in an agitated manner, and thus began.
Miss Elizabeth, I have struggled in vain and I can bear it no longer. These past months have been a torment. I came to Rosings with the single object of seeing you. I had to see you.
Elizabeth's
I fought
astonishment
against
was
my better
beyond
judgment,
expression.
my family's expectation, the inferiority of your birth, my rank and circumstance, all these things, and I'm willing to put them aside and ask you to end my agony.
I don't understand.
I love you.
He concluded with representing to her the strength of this attachment,
Most ardently.
and with expressing his hope that it would now be rewarded by her acceptance of his hand.
Please do me the honour of accepting my hand.
She could easily see that he had no doubt of a favourable answer.
Sir, I appreciate the struggle you have been through, and I am very sorry to have caused you pain. Believe me, it was unconsciously done.
His complexion became pale with anger.
Is this your reply?
Yes, sir.
Are you laughing at me?
No.
Are you rejecting me?
I'm sure that the feelings which, as you've told me, have hindered your regard will help you in
And
overcoming
the
it.
disturbance of his mind was visible in every
Might
feature.
I ask why with so little endeavour at civility I am thus repulsed?
And I might as well inquire why, with so evident a design of insulting me, you chose to tell me that you like me against your better judgment.
No, believe me, I
if
didn't
I
mean...
was uncivil, then that is some excuse, but I have other reasons. You know I have.
What reasons?
Do you think that anything might tempt me to accept a man who has ruined, perhaps forever, the happiness of a most beloved sister?
She paused, and saw with
You
no
deny it,
slight
Mr. Darcy.
indignation that he was listening with an air
That
which
you
proved him
separated a young
wholly
couple who loved each
unmoved
other,
by any
exposing your
feeling of
friend to the
remorse.
centre of the world for caprice, and my sister to its derision for disappointed hope.
With assumed
and involving them both in
tranquillity,
misery
he
of
then
the acutest
replied,
kind.
I do not deny it.
How could you do it?
Because I believed your sister indifferent to him.
Indifferent.
I watched them most carefully and realised his attachment was deeper than hers.
That's because she's shy.
Bingley, too, is modest and was persuaded she didn't feel strongly
Because
for him.
you suggested it.
I did it for his own good.
My sister hardly shows her true feelings to me.
She saw him start at this, but he said nothing. And she continued,
I suppose you suspect that his fortune had some
No,
bearing
I
on
wouldn't
the
do your
matter.
sister the dishonour, though it was suggested.
What was?
It was made perfectly clear that an advantageous marriage...
Did my sister give that impression?
No, there was, however, I have to admit, the matter of your family.
Our want of connection. Mr. Bingley didn't seem to vex
No, it was
himself
more
about
than that.
How, sir?
It was the lack of propriety shown by your mother, your three younger sisters, even on occasion your father.
said Darcy, in a less tranquil tone, and with a heightened colour.
Forgive me. You and your sister I must exclude from this.
And what about Mr. Wickham?
His astonishment was obvious, and he looked at her with an expression of mingled
What excuse can you give
incredulity
you?
and
Your
mortification.
behaviour towards him.
You take an eager interest in that gentleman's
He
concerns.
told me of his misfortunes.
Oh, yes, his misfortunes have been very great indeed.
You ruin his chances, and yet you treat him with sarcasm.
So this is your opinion of me. Thank you for explaining so fully. Perhaps these offences might have been overlooked had not your pride been hurt by my
pride?
honesty in admitting scruples about our relationship. Could you expect me to rejoice in the inferiority of your circumstances?
And those are the words of a gentleman.
Elizabeth felt herself growing
From the
more
first
angry
moment
every
I met
moment.
you, your arrogance and conceit, your selfish disdain for the feelings of others made me realise that you were the last man in the world I could ever be prevailed upon to marry.
As she pronounced these words, Mr. Darcy changed colour.
Forgive me, madam, for taking up so much of your time.
And with these words he hastily left the room. The tumult of her mind was now painfully great. She knew not how to support herself.